Welcome, it's Denome. This video is a market update for the Bitcoin and the crypto markets now that FTX has basically went under and they halted the withdrawals, and now we actually found out that they have a $8 billion hole in their balance sheet. So what happened after that is Binance was supposed to buy out FTX and help with the liquidity crunch, but because the liquidity hole was so massive, Binance actually went out of the deal. And since FTX halted the withdrawals, the whole crypto markets, the Bitcoin markets, they've been almost on a free fall until this price point of $15,600. That's where we had this bounce on the Bitcoin price, and we've even seen a bounce on the altcoins as well. So in this video, I want to briefly talk about exactly what happened and give you my thoughts on the prices going forward further. But before we get started, I just want to let you know that because the second biggest crypto exchange can go under, you should consider taking your funds out of centralized exchanges, centralized lending services, anywhere where you have a third-party risk, because we really don't know how they are managing their money, managing our money basically, or your money. So if the second biggest exchange on the crypto markets can go under, you have to give at least a percentage chance for another exchange to go under. And because something can go under, it can create a contagion effect for other things to go under as well. So what I would encourage you to do at least is, if you're holding assets on any centralized body or a third party, consider taking it out on your own personal wallet. That's the minimum we should be doing at this time. Anyway, what happened here? There's many reasons what happened, but basically we started to hear rumors of FTX having liquidity issues or balance sheet issues, and those rumors started to grow until Binance, they actually announced that they will be selling their FTT tokens because of what they have found out that FTX had been doing, and that caused the market to panic. Everybody started withdrawing money out of FTX, and because people were withdrawing money out of FTX and just selling their FTT tokens, the price of FTT tokens started to fall down. And because people were withdrawing money, FTX just decided to halt the withdrawals. And what we found out was that FTX actually had an $8 billion hole in their balance sheet because they had used their own token that they created as collateral for real life loans. And now what's affected is not only the exchange called FTX, but also the CEO, Sam Bankman-Fried. He has this capital investment fund called Alameda Research, which is a notorious opportunistic capital firm that also had used FTT as a collateral. So basically everything that has to do with Sam Bankman-Fried is just plummeting. So FTX token is plummeting. Even the Alameda Research website is down currently, and then the Solana, which is what is it? It is involved with FTX. Even that has gone down 50%. I'm surprised it's not lower than $16 currently. But anyway, a lot of people have money still on the Solana blockchain. If I was you, if I was considering taking my money out of centralized exchanges, I would definitely take them out of the Solana blockchain as well, just to be on the safe side, because this has to do with Sam Bankman-Fried, and now he's been investigated for fraud and for other things, for lying to Congress and for many things. I would just take my money out of Solana just to be on the safe side as well. So anyway, that's basically the crux of everything that's going on. And now, from the absolute bottom, the FTT token already went up. So it was about $2 or less than $2. I think it was like $1.9 at some point. So it already went up more than 50% from the absolute bottom. So this is all the craziness that's going on in the crypto markets. And of course, this whole thing has made crypto markets look like a clown city. So it's very hard to take crypto seriously if the second biggest exchange on the world for crypto suddenly in 24 hours we found out that they were actually just degening with their customer funds. Now we're not sure if other companies have been doing a similar thing. Hopefully not, but now the speculation, of course, is moving towards companies like Nexo, which is a company that is a competitor for Celsius, and Celsius already went under. So could Nexo go under as well, because they are also doing these lending and borrowing things. So if you have money on Nexo, I would be a little bit worried for Nexo as well. And then, of course, the usual suspect, the Tether FUD, is back haunting us. Because if we take a look at Tether, this is an article from 2021. And as you can see here, between 2014 and October, Alameda Research had actually, and a company called Cumberland, which is providing liquidity on Binance, they had $60 billion of USDT. And according to this article here, or the articles on Protos, Alameda Research, which is led by 29-year-old cryptocurrency billionaire Sam Bankman-Fried, acquired a total of $36.7 billion of USDT. And Paolo Ardono, which is the CTO, Chief Technical Officer for Tether, he's saying here that Alameda Research bought USDT with USD, no exposure, no leverage, just simple transactions, simple as that. And of course, Dirty Bubble Media, who was exposing Celsius and other companies before, show us an audit and we will believe you. So currently, you have to believe in the word of Paolo Ardono that they have no exposure to FTX or Alameda, and everything is fine. Don't worry, don't look at here, everything is cool. So Tether, apparently, even though their biggest customer just went under, supposedly, as you can see, Alameda, they are the biggest customer for USDT. They went down and they had a $8 billion hole in their balance sheet, as well as Tether was a huge partner for Celsius as well. So two of the biggest companies that went under, Tether is heavily involved in both of those cases. So that's not a great look for Tether. And when I was looking at the announcement that Tether made, they are saying here that Tether has absolutely no credit towards FTX or Alameda Research. Tether is completely unexposed to Alameda Research or FTX. So from this announcement, and it's, by the way, complete political jargon from there on out, my worry here is that, okay, Tether doesn't have exposure to Alameda Research, but clearly Alameda Research has exposure to USDT because they were the biggest customer of Tether. So if you want to clear FUD, why not clear the FUD saying how this will affect USDT? Because maybe these $36.7 billion want to go back to Tether and they want to be exchanged back to USD. And none of that is actually covered in this statement here. So they are basically talking around the actual issue, saying that no, we don't have exposure to Alameda Research, but they have exposure to us, but we're just completely going to ignore it and not even acknowledge it here in this statement. So these kinds of statements, they make me feel a little bit uneasy. I don't know about you, but if you have a stablecoin company and their biggest customers are going bust and we are finding these holes in those companies, that's not a great look for Tether. So hopefully, nothing bad is going on here. Maybe everything is fine, like they say, but it could spread. So I'm just saying, I'm giving it a probability. I don't know what the probability is, but there is a probability that the contagion continues. It could be another exchange. It could be a lending service like Nexo. It could be a stablecoin issuer like Tether or True USD. I would not really believe any of these at the moment. So what I would at least do is limit the third-party risk to as low as possible. But going forward, I'm still, even though all of these things are happening, I'm still bullish on Bitcoin because the prices, as you can see, if we take a look at from the absolute top to where the prices are now, we're down 75%. So this is already absolute capitulation. And if we look at the chart here, you can see that the next natural support line is basically here on this peak, which is $14,000. Then we have just major support lines here in $12,000, $12,500, and then this $10,000 line here as well, just supporting us for further downside. So even though the macroeconomic situation is a little bit shaky, I would say, even though we had this black swan of FTX going down, I'm still just leaning that we are going sideways or we're going upwards, and then maybe another crash before the next BTC halving. And after the BTC halving, which is 1.5 years from now, then we will finally see another bull run when we've already met the bottom of this bear market, of this recession, of this impending, could be even be a depression, who knows about it. But risk assets, they usually bottom out first anyway. So this, in my opinion, is just a black swan event, and eventually it will be good again. But you just have to have cash flow to survive through this, as well as during these crashes you can make quite a bit of money from these jumps as well. So like a small trades basically. So for me, I actually bought a little bit Bitcoin here and a little bit more Ethereum as well, because Ethereum had a massive drop in the price as well. So I used this to add to my capital. And also, I'm not the only one who is buying. If you take a look at this address here, this is the biggest Bitcoin whale, at least that I know of. He has 140,000 Bitcoin in this one wallet address, and he's making trades quite actively once or twice per month. And he was selling Bitcoin here. Actually, let's take a look at this one. So at the end of October, he was selling Bitcoin. At the start of November, he was selling Bitcoin. But now he was buying Bitcoin at the prices of $18,000, $18,000, $16,000, $16,000, $16,000. So the average price that he was buying Bitcoin at these prices was about $17,000 if I just average it out, or $17,000, $300, $17,300 or so. Anyway, he's been adding more Bitcoin here as well. So he's definitely thinking that this might be at least a local bottom. So I'm just buying more here and then trying to survive through the bear market until the next bull market. Or if we see, like we saw here in 2018, 2019, we saw like a mid-cycle bull run here as well. Hopefully we see something like that also. That would be great. But if we don't, then we don't. But all in all, I don't want to sell here, at least, because the downside risk is not that much greater anymore, unless something breaks in the market. So I don't want to deploy all of my capital either. Anyway, that's basically all there is to it. I could show the statement from Crypto.com CEO, or the statement from Binance CEO, or the statement from the USDC CEO or Circle CEO, but all of those are just basically words. We cannot really see behind what they say, because most of the statements, the financial statements, they are heavily manipulated, or they are not shown to us, so we don't really know what they're doing on the backside. So the safest option, at least for your holding wealth, is to take it out of centralized bodies, out of third parties, put them in your own wallet, and then invest in the long term. But there's not denying that we are headed, or we are in a recession at the moment, so it might take a little bit longer for us to actually recover. So you have to take that into account going forward as well. It's been a terrible year. Would have been great to basically skip this 2022. Hopefully the results start to be better next year. We will see. But anyway, that's the market update for now. If you like this kind of content, consider subscribing and liking the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.